Yo, yo, yo. How y'all doing?
I'm
Happy
good.
Sunday afternoon, right?
Yes.
I don't know if you saw this morning, but we had a wonderful show. We had Bridie Schellenberg on here. She was amazing. She's a parody comedian. She's based out of Baltimore, Maryland. We talked about not only having autism, but being the autistic parent who raises a kid with autism, which is even crazier because now you're able to combat things, help them, and it was real quality conversation. So, how you guys doing today? Make some fucking noise. We ain't done this in 4 weeks.
Good. Yeah.
We got a Knicks fan in the building, so I know he's used to losing. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Jesus. This shit just got real. He said, oh, he'll be okay. But we know everybody who's here. Let's get it in there. Up first, she's hiring a kite. You can't see her eyes. She looks like she might be half Chinese. I'm pretty sure Audra looks a little Korean today. Give it up for the polite kitty, Audra Sisak!
Yes.
And all the way from the island in the UK, she's just happy there's 2 light-skinned guys here. She's like, last time this happened, there was a real party going on. I think she had a seizure last time. 2 light-skinned guys were with her alone in the room. Give it up for the craziest woman out of UK, Bridie D.
Yes. That did happen. Thank you for disclaiming what happened back in the day. Okay.
Oh, New Jesus Christ. I didn't know that really happened. Oh, God. I didn't want to know. Too much. And up next, I think they get their own introduction. They're not part of the show, but give it up for BDSM Bear.
Yes.
Woo!
And with BDSM Bear, I see they got a choker on and everything today. I'm learning. Yes. Give it up for the potato chip enthusiast, Janejira Damron.
Hello, it's your boy, the potato chip enthusiast, potato chip of the day. We would have one if we had sponsors. So if the potato chip companies could just reach out real quick, sponsor us, that would be great. Thanks.
That'd be great. Yeah, idea. If we could just get a potato chip sponsor, that'd be awesome. Please, just anybody sign up. Let us know. Tim's Cascade. We'll take the Fetty Wap, fucking whatever's in the stores these days. We'll take any kind of sponsorship.
Yeah.
And last but not least, kind of looks like my cousin. He's a little bit too close. You can tell he's a little different. He's just, yeah, there you go. We don't get to see just the 5 head. We get to see your hair too, right? We can see if you have the hairline. All the way from New York. I know he's a Knicks fan. Like I said, he's used to losing. Give it up for Emmanual Frowner.
Yeah.
Emmanuel.
I feel like you look more like a soccer fan than a basketball fan. Like you should be going, go! Sorry. He might be Dominican. He's gonna fuck me up after this. How you doing today, Emmanuel?
I'm good. Actually, I'm of mixed race.
You can tell. Scoot back.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I am Caucasian, African American, Native American, part of the Choctaw tribe, from German and Ted Scottish.
He said white, German, and Scottish. Like those 3 things aren't the same thing, motherfucker.
And yeah, I mix with a lot of stuff, you know.
Yeah, I do. I'm Black, white, Native American myself. I'm actually 5th generation Norwegian Swedish. That's why I said we're kind of all. You look like my cousin, honestly. But Audra, what's our throw up topic today? What do you got?
So does anybody watch like those reality TV shows, 90 Day Fiance, The Other Way, 90 Day Fiance, The Single Life, any of those shows? Okay. All right.
No,
so I don't normally watch them. No, but my sister's got me into that. And I actually glad because there's one couple on there who there is a male who's very tall. And he is now with his friend of 13 years who happens to be a very short-statured person. She is about 3 feet tall and he's about 6'2".
Oh.
And they're and so on the show, they talk about like all of the things that go on between trying to date somebody who is that needs care like that, who needs to be helped. So in the show, you see this guy pick her up like on his shoulders and carry her around and like pick her up and throw her up on the stairs. And there's even one scene that I thought was super fun, was he actually picks her up in the sexy time scene and literally throws her on the bed like a sack, just, whoop, right and gets right on top of her, and I mean goes in for it. So I thought it was interesting because it really normalized dating in that respect.
I
So
like
wanna
it.
get your guys' opinion and like what you think about now having this on TV and we're talking about it.
I think it's about time because I'm so tired of seeing the same white couple, the same height, the same generic beautifulness, the same lack of any disability or diversity. Get out of here, Hallmark. We're done with you. Let's bring in some real people, please. Thanks.
Right?
Yeah. Let's bring in some autistic BIPOC people too.
Yes.
As well.
Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna say variety. He's like, yeah, we need more variety on that.
Also,
I was
can
like-
I
I was
just
thinking
see
that.
some Asians that are not just Chinese, Korean, Japanese? Because hello, the other Asian countries exist. We are here, and I'm gonna keep yelling about it until we get our representation.
Yes.
I got nothing.
I was thinking of variety of that. Say again.
No, ladies first.
Well, all I'm saying is, so the lady's 3 foot somethings,
Yes.
and the guy's 6 foot somethings.
Yes.
She got double and everything else. I mean, she's lucky. I'm hating.
Yeah.
I'm hating.
See, that was
She's
my
getting some
whole
good
thing.
stuff.
And that's what I was thinking is like, I'm a big guy. Like that's nothing new to be able to pick up a girl and throw her around in the bedroom. Like that's Tuesday.
Look, you know what it made me think of though? Like Duante, it made me think of remember Shaquille O'Neal's ex-girlfriend?
Oh God.
Hoops.
Yeah.
Remember her?
Yeah.
And there was a picture of both of them, a few years back.
And he was right at.
He's at the rooftop. You know, like when you open a garage, yeah. And she just.
Emmanuel's face is hilarious. He's like, I don't know what to say about this. I don't know.
No, but the thing is, Hoops, yeah, I did like Hoops because she really, she's really a grounded woman because I remember she was on Flavor of Love.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, the Flavor of Love.
She's there. So she's very petite. She's not any form of I'm not what you guys call it, dwarf or can't say midget anymore. Or little women. She's not like the Little Women, the reality show that I used to watch. That was fire. But yeah, it made me think of that. The description that was explained. I thought, oh my God, I should kill O'Neal's ex. What, huh? Like, his side piece. That's the doll, the baby doll.
I feel like we're just watching Variety D talk with her brain just going.
My brain's like a jukebox. I was thinking, wow.
I'm not stopping her anytime soon. I'm just over here like, yep, let this car accident happen. Ooh, right?
I'm not driving. You take the wheel.
I'm sitting in the back seat watching Audra driving Miss Daisy, right? Like driving Miss Brizey or D, like Jesus. So here's how I look at it, and it's funny because I was talking about it before the show and another on SSI yesterday to the old guys, and they're like, they were telling them how it's pretty diverse, and I was like, yeah, I do this podcast, Dating with Disabilities, and the old people started laughing, and I was like, well, where's the girl with no legs that can't run from the guy? So he's just tearing it up, right? Where's the guy dragging the pussy across the carpet, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want the girl to crawl over and ride me, right? What if she ain't got no arms and she just giving me all neck, right? Like, there's a lot of representation that doesn't happen. And then I said, what about sex toys? And they started giggling and laughing. And I was like, this isn't funny. This is actually what people have to deal with. Like, just because you're incapable of having a social relationship or going outside your walls, do you deserve to have an orgasm? And then how are you getting that orgasm? Are you paying for it? Because you can't just make the lady do it who's your caretaker, right? And then sex workers are real workers, right? We gotta be sex positive here. So how does that go? Right? And then the idea that, you know, to be honest, you're not legally allowed to pay for a sex worker with your SSI check. Then we talk about that, right, ED? There's a huge problem about, they talk about that in the UK big time, right? So it's just, there's all these topics and spaces and where there's not a representation, or, you know, even in the role play, the shitty screen, can we get a neurodivergent couple? Hi, hey, do you want fries? I love fries. You love fries? My favorite color is purple. Mine too. You want to go home and fuck? Okay. Like that doesn't happen, and you know what I mean? Like that's how simple it can be at times, right? So what, there's got to be both, you know what I mean? Am I wrong here? You know what I'm saying?
No, I totally get it, because it and make it so that, and I hate to put it this way with a story, because nobody's watching, I guess, pornography for the story.
That's why we don't watch it. There's no story we can get with. That's why I don't watch it.
Excuse me. Where's my lawyer? Wait, I do. I love the storylines. The fireman, the plumber. What's the other one that I watched the other day on Bang Bros?
The pizza guy,
rapper,
the pizza
he's
guy.
trying to get an album deal. You know,
The
hey.
characters with no personality and no story arc.
Right.
Well, you see,
But you don't want to fetishize it either
Mhm.
with the
True.
disabled. You want it just represented and normalized.
And where's Corky at? I need to see a Corky looking guy with Down syndrome just going to work. That'd be awesome. He's got to get his chance, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, but I like to see that one with the nurse though. Like, you know, the nurse give him something, some medicine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, now we're crossing the line into caretakers.
Whoa.
So I guess we got a new genre of porn. We're looking at starting up caretaker porn. It's great for individuals and people with disabilities. They'll just show them being seduced by their caretaker or vice versa. That could be interesting, right? We're going to hell.
See?
I think this is the
No, you're not, man. Right.
Emmanuel was over there like, I don't know if I was ready for this. I wasn't.
Oh,
Right, Dante's
Well,
driving me to hell, so.
I thought you wanted to ask me some questions. You know?
Oh, yeah, we're about to get there.
We're gonna
Sorry,
get-
big guy. He's like, you've been slow as hell. He's like, I thought you were gonna get to me. Well, let's get to you then. Let's go, buddy. My bad. Tell us, Emmanuel, tell us a little bit about yourself. You said you're disabled. What is your disability? Where are you from? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I am autistic, and I didn't find that out until I was 25 years old, and I was born in New York City, and I am an autistic self-advocate. I do some acting, and I also do some public speaking as well.
Oh, acting. Have you done any movies yet, or?
I was in a movie called Keep the Change, which was released back in 2017.
Oh,
I loved that movie. It was so good, and you were fantastic. I saw it was really good. That's why I know who you are too. And I was like, yeah, I'm so glad you brought it up.
Yeah.
now I might actually have to watch it. We go, hold on. I'm sharing this on our actual video so people can see you and actually see your movie and get you a couple more views. And let me ask you, and I'm just so you know, I'm a model myself. I'm under contract. How many auditions did it take for you to finally get a break, or was this just something that just happened and you knew somebody? How did you come about just getting in a movie?
Okay. Well. Initially, a lady named Rachel Israel. She was the director of the movie, and there was a shortened version of it, which was released in 2013, and but I wasn't in it. But it was still a good movie. Then in the summer of 15, she invited me to be a part of the longer version of the movie Keep It Change, and I had to bring some outfits and just to see what they were working with, and things turned out well. And when the movie premiered in 17, we got the red carpet treatment.
And the whole premise of the movie is all about really dating with disabilities. That's
Yeah.
Mhm. It's fantastic. If anyone hasn't seen it yet, you need to go watch it. Keep the change.
Well, I know what I'm doing today.
Where can I watch it? Prime Video, YouTube, Netflix?
It was on Netflix. I'm not sure where it's on now.
It's on DVD.
Oh, DVD. Okay, so I'm not sure where to stream it yet. Yeah.
I gotta go ask the dodgy man down the road if you got any DVDs. I don't think I'm a DVD player anymore. Probably my laptop. Yeah, my laptop. That'll work.
Dante is muted.
Why are you muted for?
Damn it! I've been saying a whole bunch of shit. I've been over here talking. Y'all ain't heard a goddamn word. I feel bad. I posted the link on YouTube, and now y'all got no shit. My bad. I've been over here like pissed. Like y'all just ignoring me. You guys can go to hell. Fuck you guys. Oh, it's muted. That's it. That makes a whole lot more sense. All right. So here's
I should just change my background to like fire because I'm already in hell.
Oh Jesus! You guys are. You know what? Is that how we're doing it, Janejira? Okay. All right. I said. So what I said is I just posted the YouTube link to it because I found it on YouTube. And then oh shit, I'm not getting the views on Netflix. Well, I got it out there. They're gonna see the movie. They're gonna see some of it, one way or another.
Hey.
And you said you were diagnosed with 25 at autism. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How'd that come about? What? How old are you now, Mass? First off,
Yeah. Take a wild guess.
you're my age. I'm gonna say 40.
41.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Oh,
both
you
look
definitely
young.
are cousins. Oh, come on now, man.
I told you.
Yeah,
I'm
you
looking
know
at
How you
it.
look in your 40s? You look
You know what's
25.
funny
That's
about it?
not fair.
You know what's funny though? I look at many people tell me that I look a lot younger than my age. You know?
Yeah, all the time. Everybody thinks I'm 25 to 28 as well.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
People still think I'm 18, and it's like, no, I just look like this.
No, you do look 18 though. That's a little
Yeah,
bit
you look
different.
18.
You do look 18.
Get bargains, get
You're still
discounts. That's not
short. You know
fair.
what I mean?
I'm travel
No,
size.
When I saw you with that haircut and the little fade, I was like, oh, that's a hot guy. Oh, that's Jane. Okay. All right. Yeah. I was like, oh, all right. You got me on that one. All right. Look like you should be in one of the movies. Well,
I
let me ask
should.
you, now that you've been diagnosed for 16 years, how do you feel about being autistic? Is it something that's changed the way you date or how you interact? How do you feel? Do you identify with it? Do you tell them?
Well, here is the thing. You know, let me just say this. I, you know, let me uh, go back a bit first and then tell you. You know, my youngest brother did some research online, and he found the Fever Autism Center in Mount Sinai in late um, 2005, and he said that I should go there and get a diagnostic assessment, and I did the interview test, and you know, and one of the doctors said that I was on the autistic spectrum, and I was a little bit surprised at first, but then I saw it as a blessing in disguise, and then I started reading up on it a lot, and my dad didn't know about this until 2 years later because you know he didn't want me to get a diagnosis that would put me in a box, you know. And I also did a radio show on NPR about my life and growing up in the autistic spectrum, you know. And I um I joined a support group called Adaptations in the fall of 2006, and where I met a where I made a few friends. You know, we did things together. Like we went to mountains, we went to mixing trips. You know, went to different restaurants, overnight trips, etc. And I even met my first girlfriend there in 2010, and the relationship, she and I were in a relationship for 3 years, and the first 2 years were pretty good, but then the last year wasn't, and because she started doing things to me, she betrayed me, she and the way she ended things with me was very um flawless, if not classless, and it also did not help that her mom was controlling,
Ooh.
and it was my first relationship, and I didn't bother to tell my parents because I didn't want them to give me unwanted advice because I wanted to find out things on my own terms.
I think we can relate to that a lot. I
Oh,
mean, I
yeah.
know I can with, boy, I guess you grow up and they always stress this independence, and so then you get into these situations where it's like, okay, now I don't want to talk about it or I don't want to share it because you just kind of want to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely get that.
And also, my dad believed that the man should always pay for the woman, but and I didn't really believe in that down deep, and 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 also my folks, they were they weren't exactly enthused, they weren't really enthused with my what they would know the possibility of my dating someone, when I was a teenager even, and you know, I was, also I was bullied in school, and I was bullied in elementary school, and that's when my dad decided to teach me at home,
Oh, right.
and
Hmm.
and that went well. My I did well academically, and my work ethic was excellent, but I didn't really have a chance to interact with people who were similar to me.
Did you and so you said your first girlfriend was at what age?
For me, I was almost 30.
You're almost 30. So do you think homeschooling impacted and being autistic had an impact on your social life and your ability to date?
I think for me, I always knew that I was a likable person, and some women would flirt with me and all, but it wasn't really in the right setting, and and I and I and and I would get anxious because I didn't know how to talk to them, and they would ask me why was I so shy, and 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 at one time one of the whispered in my ear,
Right. No, I
yeah,
get that. I think, I mean,
yeah,
we're not, so Dante and I have been friends for a long time, but the first time we reconnected in friendship, when we hung out together for the first time in a long time, we literally sat and watched Saturday Night Live together. That's what we did because we both enjoy it, and that was an interest. And we didn't even really talk to each other that much. It was just a matter of just hanging out with each other and being, I guess, two autistic people just sharing time. And that's for us, that's what it's about, I guess.
That's the vibe.
yeah,
And
That's
that's
what,
my
yeah.
thing is even with my girl I date, so I'm dating this girl and everybody goes, how'd you meet her and what'd you do? And I went down, we hung out for a weekend. Do you know what we did? Realistically, nothing. We went on a hike every day. I think we went and grabbed coffee, right? We ran our errands, we did all this, but and then people go, you're not autistic. And I go, I can identify with everything you're saying. I'm just 6'2" and athletic. And with me being a little bit bigger and being a more athletic and being forced in front of people, I've had women tell me, "Hey, take your clothes off, go in the bedroom, don't make this awkward." Maybe like, "Oh, that's what we're doing? Okay, all right. I didn't know we were going there." So I think the lack of awareness for a lot of us socially, and then it sounds like, you know, like you said, if you're not around, at what age did your dad start homeschooling you?
When I was 12 years old.
Yeah, you're right on that cusp. So right when your hormones kicked in, and you'd usually be around girls, and everybody'd be wanting to try to get their first kiss or play hide and go get it or whatever you want to say. You're at home with dad. Hopefully, dad wasn't playing hide and go get it. I hope not.
Or,
No.
or send some weird emails.
I just want to
Yeah,
get back
exactly.
to it.
Safety out the kids.
You know, I just want to finish and I was saying earlier. I a couple of women who had flirted with me. They had a child or two, and which made me a little sad though, because I knew in the back of my mind that I would never get the type of attention that I would want. And I also, but looking back at everything, my being autistic, I think, um, protected me from that type of thing. Having unwanted children.
Damn.
In a way, I can see that perspective as well, because I'm homeschooling my kid. So I can understand it.
Yeah.
That just made me think about it. He's like, I didn't have any of the random encounters, the flooziness. You didn't get out there like I did. God damn it, I heard what you said. You got a point. You got a point. That's fair. That's fair.
And I just didn't have that chance to really choose who I would be around. And I think that it it wasn't my control, but you know, as I over the past few years have been very hard for me, because the way my ex hurt me, uh, you know, it showed what type of a person she really was. And
Mhm.
and also I haven't really been successful dating since then. And I've tried a boot camp dating course. I've tried speed dating, and I tried a couple of dating apps which didn't work out for me. Now I'm currently trying a the hickey dating app, dating for autistic, and it hasn't worked out as well, but I'm sticking to it for now. But for me, it's just very hard to 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 always know whether or not a woman likes me or not. And 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 last year, a lady who was in my collab play writing class, she we had talked, uh, we had uh, chat online and by text, and for the first 2 weeks, we were kind of getting to know each other. And then one day, one morning, she lashed out on me, and she did a 180 on me. And then I had to tell the program people this, and they had a talk with her about this, but it didn't really stop her from saying certain things. And she had accused me of texting me by saying, stop texting me, asshole. And then, um, in another email, um, she said, fuck you, Chris Brown, I hate you, son of a bitch.
Damn.
Yeah,
You gotta
it
remember,
was hard.
not everybody's nice out there.
I know.
Do you how can I put this? Do you disclose your disability when dating? Because I know.
Well,
Go ahead.
I haven't dated in a long time successfully, so it's been hard for me because, you know, 3 months after my ex broke up with me, my dad passed away, and I hadn't been quite the same since then. And also, I had to take care of my mom because she was getting sicker, and then she passed away 2 years ago. And it's just been rough for me. But I've been doing my best to like like do soul searching. I've done the advocacy stuff, and I'm doing my best to find out what's best for me. You know.
By the way, Emmanuel wanted to let everybody know he's 6'3", so he's an inch taller than me. I love how he said that. Like, I love how he messaged. Like, I ain't gonna say shit, but we can play.
Duante.
We can play basketball whenever you want, Emmanuel. You can catch these hands. Okay, I just let you know. All right, trust me.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive, motherfucker.
Okay.
He said, okay.
Well, I'm gonna ask a random question because now we're talking about the Knicks. Do you watch baseball?
Not as much.
All right, then who are you a fan of? If you have a baseball team, who is it?
I like to pull for the Mets. You know.
Oh, he's a Mets fan.
Yay, go sports.
No,
Yeah.
Yankees. I bleed blue pinstripes.
Yay.
Nobody gives a shit about the Yankees or the Mets. It's all right. We're in Seattle.
That's why you don't think about baseball to a United Kingdom person. You know what I mean? You're lucky I know about Dodgers. I'm like, right, you know what? I mean, I have a baseball bat downstairs.
Nobody know what in the fuck you just said. Okay.
I was gonna say nobody said,
but the European audience understood anything you just
It's
said.
like Chinese. I swear. You guys talking about your sports that we don't play here in Britain.
You play a little cricket, you pussy.
Yes, we do play cricket. West Indies. That's the team I represent.
West Indies.
that was awesome.
Shit just got real. You gotta do your little hoo-ha and your haka on me too before we get out of here, motherfucker. Shit. Well, let me ask you, Emmanuel, what's the so it sounds like you haven't had a lot of dating experience. Am I wrong in that?
Well, I did say that, that I was in a relationship for 3 years, from 2010 to 2013, and I think that my being in a relationship with this person really took a lot out of me, and it really hurt my feelings, and I just like maybe I'm missing something, but I just haven't met the right person yet, and I don't want to get into another long-term relationship yet until I have fun dating and just like having fun and not feeling stigmatized by quite a few people out there. And because that's what's happened to me.
I love how you said you don't agree with men paying for everything. That's a topic we haven't quite talked about on here. And
Yes, I had to explain to my mom like so many months back that I didn't move in with my ex because I didn't feel like I had enough money for rent, and she was surprised that he wasn't paying the rent for me, and I was like, "No, that's not how this works."
that's the crazy, and then I had this, what was it? What was it, like 2.5 years ago, Audra, you remember, and Jane, remember I posted about how I was going to all these shitty dates and women were taking advantage of me and I was tired of it. And women were, well, we pay for makeup and our nails, so that's the least you should do. What is this, transactional? What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes, for me, it's hard because when I feel like I like someone, I tend to message them, but they don't always do the same thing. And when I have a few women follow me, but it's like it's not the same, it doesn't really seem real to me, and that's where I get very lost, and
Yeah.
I really want to meet more people like myself,
Man.
I was gonna say another autistic, another neurodivergent.
Let me tell you, buddy, I got lucky. I met one that gets me. We were talking about it earlier. I was shutting down on her and she told me, no, you're not going to do that. And Audra at first looked at me like she shouldn't have done that. I said, no, that's the way I wanted it done. And the way she did it was fine for me. As long as it was okay, it might not work for you, but that's the way it works for me, right? But
Yeah.
finding that it was luck of the draw. I was doing a fucking comedy show in California and she saw me and messaged me and I said, oh, hi. She was engaged at the time, supposedly, and broke that off within a week or so. And we talked, and now here we are, right? So look at Variety D, like, damn, you a smooth motherfucker. You bad. You're a bad man.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely not Suitman smooth. Wow. Okay. Engaged and you disengaged. That was, well, it's bad self.
It's your bad self. She's like, I knew you was a bad mamma jamma, but not that bad.
Whoa.
But I also look at it and I go, because a lot like you, and when did you become 6'3", may I ask? How long have you been this height?
Well, a long time, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, were you like 6'3" in high school? Were you 6'3" in middle school? Were you 6'3" in sixth grade?
Okay, I was like, I was over 6 feet when I was 15.
Okay, so the reason why I asked you that question, I've been the same height since I was 11. And so I didn't deal with the bullying. The bullying turned to me beating people up because I was big enough to fuck them up, right? And so in my case, I almost got kicked out of school because when kids would fuck with me, I just fuck them up. And I went from being in the 1% IPP program we have out here to then being put in the Horizon program, which is the top 5%, to then being sent to John Rogers, which was a special ed school. And they were ready to kick me out of school, right? And then I moved in with my dad and went to a school out here called Hilltop. And then they sent me to Shorewood with Miss Letourneau. And unfortunately, I didn't get a hold of her ass because, oh boy, I'm telling you. Anyway, but I got a chance to get into smart classes. And then once that happened, I was able to avoid some of that shit because now I was the defender of the nerds. Audra will tell you that. I was in all the geek classes and people would fuck with them. And I'd come out of the honors class and be like, who's fucking with the fellow nerds? Come get me. If you got a problem, come get me. And so I think I can identify with it where if I would have stayed home, I got buddies, my friends, Jason and Jesse, are just like you, buddy. My buddies, Jason and Jesse, they didn't go nowhere. They didn't do shit. They stayed with mom. And they ended up not having that social aspect because I was forced into it. I didn't like it. I had some rough years. So I'm kind of jealous. He was like, I ain't got no babies or babies' mamas. I was like, you son of a bitch. I heard what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when I went to college and St. John's University, I didn't really have any women friends I could talk to much at all, and I was living on the Queens campus at St. John's, but at that point I didn't know I was on the autistic spectrum until my last semester at St. John's, and I had a few it pick on me a lot, and and it wasn't pretty, and it was almost like I was back in high school again, and I never even went to high school.
Yeah, I can see that. I think that's the hard dynamic of homeschool kids, and then you add being autistic with it, with the lack of social skills, and you're already because that's not. You missed out on prom, Tolo, Morph, right?
Oh, well, here is the thing. Like for me, I feel like even if I had found out I was on the autistic spectrum, who knows, Who knows? I may not have had a prom or things like that, because I never had the chance to meet people who were similar to me. And I also think and for me, I think though in my family, including relatives, did not see the bigger picture. I was judged a lot, and I didn't receive the type of empathy that I would have liked, and I was also told like it was not polite to stare, and I did getting key things in the spur of the moment, and I was judged harshly, by one of my relatives,
Yeah.
Here's
We talk.
I
Go
got a
ahead, Veronica.
question. So, with you missing out on certain things in your teenagehood and young adulthood, do you think you could actually gain that back? Because to me, because here in the UK, we have that as well. I mean, there's things that I've missed out in my life. I'm 30. So for a woman, well, like myself, 30 is like a new 40, especially in this generation, because body clock is ticking. So when it comes to like missing out on certain things, or as little kids call it, FOMO, do you feel that it's because of your condition, disability, or is it just reversibility because you were homeschooled? Because there's a big difference. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was naughty when I was young as well, and I missed out on a whole heap of stuff.
For me, it, it's not just me. I think it's because we as artists, and even more so for artistic BIPOC, is that there's this stigma that we cannot be into sexual things, and like we cannot show that we are into things like that because a few years ago I happened to post a few sexy pictures of women, and I was told by someone whom I thought would understand that it was not appropriate and
Yeah,
for
appropriation.
Facebook,
So, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Rules,
and
regulations.
and there is,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, she didn't understand that I have been through a lot, and when I told her that neurotypicals do a lot worse, that didn't matter to her, and
Mm.
I was I was shocked by that, and I thought that she would understand the most because she had a son with a developmental disability, but apparently that's not the way a lot of these parents think, and
Yeah, overprotective. Trust me, my mum
and
downstairs, she's still overprotective
and
now.
and also I have when I was in my early to mid 20s, I went to strip club, gentlemen's club on a few occasions, but you know,
Hmm.
but it can only last so long. And for some years now, I went to a massage parlor called the Soul Spa, where I got massages from my sisters, and they would give me happy endings. And
How about you got money? This brother's got
oh,
money. Save your money.
yeah, but I wouldn't go all the time. No, I mean, just that, I just felt like I I just felt like, I just haven't met, the right types of women or woman yet, and I just
Come down to
want
the
to have
UK.
fun.
Come to the UK. Save some money. Gather that up. Fly to any airline to the United Kingdom. Because massages, happy endings, they're free. Then you get them again. Right?
Ooh,
Yeah, no,
spicy.
I just gotta say, as Suitman Productions owner and CEO, let me say, we're not condoning or shaming happy endings. We're not telling you to or not to do them. Go ahead, finish your guys' conversation. I just had to laugh. Like, this motherfucker really just came on here. It's like, yeah, every once in a while I gotta go to a massage parlor, but
Who's getting something,
but
something? That
but
a
it
gentleman
didn't, but it
Positive,
hasn't gone
sex
for the past
positive.
few years,
hey, I get
But I
it.
haven't gone for the past few years, and that's why I've been posting a lot of stuff on Facebook, and I don't want to take the easy way out, so to speak, and it's been hard, but like I have been doing my best to do, you know, to find myself, and if that means my like circle gets smaller, then so be it, you know. I am not trying to be a fake anymore. And not that I was before, but now I'm unmasking, you know. And I've gotten back
Yes.
into playing video games. I sometimes go to listings. I sometimes I go onto Instagram a lot and watch a variety of videos and I like them and I sometimes show my feminine side by wearing leggings, you know, and you know I was very so conscious of that until last year because I didn't want people like looking at me funny, you know. And one time, this was back in 1999, I was at the Apex at Lehman College, and I happened to wear these white compression shorts, and because I thought that they looked very sexy on me, and one of the staff said you gotta wear some pants, and I was a little bit shocked by it, but I didn't think as much of it, so I went back and got my shorts, and but I just thought that it wasn't really necessary to tell me that because I see women all the time in like leggings, compression shorts, etc.
I
My
got nothing.
motto is
You ain't
that
lying.
all clothing is gender neutral if you're not a bitch about it.
Woo! Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
I
Because
don't
clothes
want.
don't need to have gender, but we put gender on it because we're annoying.
I didn't say nothing. I
And
didn't do it.
also, I want to say that for me also, I tend to stutter sometimes, and it's hard because I've had people finish my sentences for me, and I've had other people interject, and sometimes it it hasn't always been easy for me to tell others to give me some time to answer, think and respond, and I was told sometimes that they don't want to see me struggle, and they often don't want others to think that something is wrong, and and I I have done my best, I like to text and email a lot more than I talk because I like to think about what I'm gonna say rather than somebody like imposing on me to respond in a moment.
Hey, we're all different. I don't like texting. I like to fucking talk. I want your instant response. So I'm old school. Don't text me. Fucking
Same.
call me.
See,
You know what
and
I mean?
I love texting because I'm
Same.
like Emmanuel. I want that time to process and think before because my brain
No,
is
fuck your process. I want you to answer right fucking now. Answer the fucking question. Do you want to go to the mall or do you want to get something to eat? I don't need you to wait 20 minutes because once you've waited 20 minutes, I already went and got something to eat. Fuck you.
well, then that's
Don't say
my
that
brain
bad
is
cop.
still going, trying to process the question.
Processing, please wait.
Downloading. Hey, downloading. Downloading.
Crash.
Shit. Sorry, your download did not work. We lost
Starting
connection.
over.
Try again.
Hello. Please try again.
The only way Emmanuel is I got to raise my hand and they're not going to let me speak. You got a point. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you each something. I know that dating. How has dating been for you guys when you were growing up?
Oh boy.
What did you say? I can't hear you that well.
How was each of you got each of your dating lives when you were growing up?
Oh, I'll go first because this one's going to be bad.
Spicy.
Mine was sex driven. I lost my virginity at 11 and a half by a 16-year-old girl. I then, when I was 14, started having sex with most of the girlfriends I dated. They were all 15, 16, 17. When I was in high school, I wasn't dating the girls in high school. I was dating older women usually. So I was highly sexualized as a young kid. Yeah, and I was adult size. that's why I'm not insulting you when I said those things earlier. But fuck, I was 6'2", 175 pounds as a 14-year-old sophomore. I came to Highline and I was supposed to be a freshman, and everybody thought I was a senior. I was actually a sophomore, but it's supposed to be a freshman, and everybody's like, "What are you, a senior?" No, fuck you. Get the fuck out of my face. And, oh yeah, he's 14. Right? But my first week of class, all the senior cheerleaders took me to Dakota's out here, which is the country bar place that had a little hip hop room, and I almost got beat up by some people. And like, I didn't know how to I ironed a shirt. And like, I'd never been on a date before. Fuck, I wasn't even supposed to be able to go. I was only 14. You're supposed to be 16 and older, right? So my early dating life was all about sex. And I think I married someone based upon how they sexually satisfied me, not how they socially or physically or mentally satisfied me, just how they sexually satisfied me. And it ended up in a relationship where we grew apart and we weren't happy. And so I think for me personally, my young dating life was highlighted by having sex. I was just out there fucking. Next, who wants some of this?
Yes,
Audra, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, mine was too. I was, sexually molested, several times before I reached, the dating age. And then got my first boyfriend when I was 15. We met in art class. He was also neurodivergent. So he was a neurodivergent. So it worked out for both of us. So we had a very routine, very scheduled, pairing, and we dated for 4 years. And then I ended up breaking up with him, and then went right into marriage, which obviously did not last. And I ended up getting divorced. But yeah, I think having that sex-driven base, all that stuff at the beginning while you're growing up, and then being autistic, and then trying to socially navigate, it really kind of messed it up a little bit, made some bumps for sure. And I didn't learn anything until I got to be almost 30, like basically my 30s.
Variety D, you're up, Littlefoot.
Thank you. Yeah, so basically my one, so I got used, abused, and confused at the age of 15, and then lost my virginity at 16. Wish I had like a return, because he was rubbish, and he dumped me. So yeah, used, abused, confused. He dumped me after my miscarry at age 16, and it took one of my friends who was younger than me. They had a child, and yeah, the men after him were just literally just dickheads, as we call them. And even to the point where could never forget this date, Friday the 13th, 2013, I got physically abused in a high street called Lewisham High Street in South London. Now, after that, obviously report to the police, blah, blah, blah. But what kind of saved me is the fact of who I am, what I am now, which is a stand-up comedian who may be disabled, neurologically effed up, but I don't let that carry me back. So even right now, I'm kind of like dealing with a personal trainer who is giving some encouraging words, and he is hot and he's fine. But I'm literally treading carefully, because back then in my teens and my 20s, my head was just not there. But now I'm 30, I'm going, yep, it's dropping down now. I'm literally treading carefully. This really, yeah. So I'm still learning. I'm still taking the L. I'm learning. I'm gonna take something else, but yeah, I'm just taking the L.
Janejira, you're up. You're still fucking young.
Right.
So what are you doing
Get
now?
ready.
What are you doing now? That's basically what we're asking. You're 23. You never had anything.
Well, I mean, I started dating when I was 14. I think, yeah, 13, 14, one of those. I've been in a total of 15 relationships, one of which was like verbally abusive and like really intense, some of which were like really wholesome and sweet. Like the guy would like get engaged to me, or I would propose and be sweet, and then he'd leave and I'd be like, all right, that didn't work. Well, we'll try again. The hard part about relationships at a young age where your brain is still figuring out what to do is I didn't know that I was bi and gender fluid and autistic all at the same time. So I was discovering that, and it was hard with some dudes because they're like, "Oh, well, you don't really know that you like girls because you haven't been with one. Shut up." And then it's like, "Oh, you can't be gender fluid. Like that's not a real thing. Get out of here." Or it's like, "No, you can't be autistic because you connect with people and you form interpersonal relationships." And it's like, that doesn't make any sense. Get out. Um, and it just, and then I also was battling like depression and stuff. And then in high school, things took like a major turn in May of one of the years. What happened was one of my like good boyfriends, nothing was wrong, but then he just changed his mind and was like, "I don't love you anymore." He dumped me. And then 2 weeks later, my dad's cancer was terminal. And then after that, one of my friends got leukemia. And it was just not a good month. And then after that, the school was like, oh, and one of my friends also did commit suicide, and the school was like, "So we have to ask everybody, have you been feeling suicidal?" And then I was like, I mean, duh. I've been through everything. And they're like, "Okay, so we're gonna tell your parents." And I'm like, I'm Asian. You really should not do that, please. But then I went to therapy, and I was like, okay, and then things started taking a turn for the better, and relationships were starting to improve. I stayed away from toxic relationships, and I learned how to spot what abuse and toxicity and stuff looks like. And one of my best friends explained to me that they've noticed that ever since I like started dating, I've always had this idea of what I wanted in a partner. But the problem is that the partner that I had, usually they don't know what they want and they need to go find themselves, so they need to leave, or they know what they want and it's definitely not me, but it took them a while to figure that out, or I know what I want and it's definitely not them. So it's been a wild roller coaster. But now I'm doing great. I'm excited for today because it is finally the day that I get to show my partner my favorite PS2 video game, and I haven't gotten to have this experience because I haven't been with people who have their own PS2, and it's like, oh, I'm missing out.
Bingo. I think that's the one. Like
It's
that's
Magic
it.
Pendulum, by the way, in case anyone was wondering.
That's like, it's funny. I remember the girl I'm talking to. It took. I don't know if we're gonna say that one online. I'll let that one be. I see your message, Emmanuel. But it's funny to me because I think about things, and like the girl I met, I've always wanted to do Legos and be a nerd. And I sent her the Lego flowers after the week we hung out, right? And I told my friend I was going to send that to her, and she's like, I don't know if that's a good idea. And I was like, nah, it's a good idea. Trust me. She told me to buy Legos, and she got them, and she built them. And then all her friends were like, oh my God, how's it feel to date a nerd? And she's like, I think I like it.
Yeah.
Right? And so what I would say to you, Emmanuel, is there's tons of women on here that are going to be like, this guy's hot, and he can pay me for a happy ending. I'm pretty sure if you were in England, Variety D would be all over you.
Exactly.
That's what
Did
it's Wow.
He said exactly. So just wait your turn, buddy. Maybe this will get you. We're dial 1-800, find an Emmanuel, and we will hook you up with him. Okay, we've got
What? Well, wait, hold on. Are you joking or no?
who? Her?
We're joking.
No.
Yes.
Are you joking?
Me?
Yeah.
Which part?
We don't have enough money to have a real phone number.
For Variety D.
Oh, Variety D was not joking. We can talk about that later. It sounds like we might be buying a ticket to England. Holy shit. All right.
Save up your money.
I don't think he needs to save anything, baby. He's got some money. He goes to Knicks games a lot. That means he's got a couple pennies. I didn't mean to tell him. But I think we'll be back at 2 and 2. We made a love connection today. All right. Shit. I'll let you, boy. I'm not fucking with you, Emmanuel. She's going to tear you apart. She's a man eater. I'm telling you. Watch out. Be careful.
Let me tell you, to add the cherry on top, pun intended, I literally been broke. My heart been broken by not one, not two, but 3 virgins. Imagine.
Ooh.
3 broken my heart
Uh-oh.
in my life.
Don't be, what she's saying is you can't be the 4th one to break her heart, Emmanuel. I think that's what we're saying. This is like I feel like Chuck Woolery now. So would you guys like to go on your first date? Suitman Productions will sponsor you with £2 American, £2 to go on your first date. That'll cover the cost of a calling card. Not any minutes on the calling card, but we'll get you the calling card to load up to call each other. All right.
Yeah, you know,
Very
for me, it's a little hard for me to tell, like, you know, if a woman likes me or not. Unless they're very direct with me, because I've been accused of stuff, and I just don't want to get rejected, and I've been one time I was accused of like being a pervert on a speed dating event because a lady said that I was looking at her chest. But that's where her name tag was, and I was trying to make out the spelling of it.
Stop it. I've been through all
okay.
I've been through all of this. Listen, Emmanuel, I've been through all these things. I told a woman I was like, I'd like a tall white Russian for my drink. And she was like, stop. She said, are you hitting on me? I have a boyfriend. I was, no, I wanted a tall white. I didn't even know you were Russian. Like, all right, I came into a Home Depot and I had a screw in my hand and I told the lady, hey, I'm looking for a screw. And the lady was like, sir. And the guy in the wheelchair next to her started laughing. It was like, you didn't even mean to do that, but that's funny as hell. I see what you did there. And I was like, I didn't mean like I'm looking for a screw. I mean, I'm looking for a screw. Like I have a screw in my, my bad. Anyway, that's a good point to leave. I got to go work. Give it up for our guest today, Emmanuel Frowner. I'm going to say, I think he might be New York's most eligible bachelor right now. If you think if Variety D has anything to do with it, he may not be eligible much more.
Wow.
Anyways, the person we've matched him up with today, give it up for Variety D all the way out of the UK.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have what is it? I forgot. A seizure during sex, polite kitty. Give it up for Audra Sisak.
Yes.
Give it up for BDSM Bear and Janejira.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
last but not least, your host of the most. It's been fun. It's Duante Suitman Barnett. Just so you guys know, we got 3 shows. Suitman will be live in next week. I'll be doing a show in West Seattle at the Skylark Lounge. I'll be hosting my show in Georgetown and Jules Mays on Friday, and then on Sunday, the February 13th, I'll be at Calabash in BC doing a comedy show. So check out your boy Suitman. Also, we got Raw Comedy next Saturday, as usual, 8 p.m. PST, live on Suitman Productions. I've been Suitman. You've been great. Thanks for sharing.